If you clicked on this video, perhaps you're wondering where some of the better areas to live are in northern Utah. You know, maybe you're moving here with your family, or you've been given this job offer and you want to see what northern Utah is all about and if it's a good fit for you. In the past, I've made a few different videos describing the various areas and different cities, but I thought it might be helpful to give you my opinion on where I would choose to live and why. Hey, what's up everybody? This is McKenzie Miya with the Miya Real Estate Group right here in the Salt Lake and north of Salt Lake metro areas. And if this is your first time to the channel and you want to learn everything about what it's like to work, eat, sleep, live, and play right here in Utah, then you're in the perfect place. Make sure that you tap that subscribe button and you click a little bell so you're notified every single time we do a new video. We love to hear from you guys and are honestly getting so many phone calls, texts, emails, and we absolutely love it. So if you're thinking about moving anywhere here in northern Utah or in the Salt Lake area, make sure that you give us a call, you shoot us a text, you send us an email. Days, nights, weekends, it really doesn't matter. We are here to help. Location, location, location. This is a common mantra in real estate, and it's good advice, except for one thing. Most people have no idea what it means. Location is key to valuable real estate. Usually cities that have little room for expansion tend to have land that is more valuable than land in those cities that are less developed. Also, the location's accessibility, appearance, and amenities of a neighborhood increase one's value. So with this in mind, I have come up with two lists. One list is based on location alone. It has nothing to do with the average home of the area's size, age, condition, or anything like that. I take into consideration the proximity to things like, a busy roadway, shopping centers, public transportation, and recreational access, but also take into consideration on things such as, crime rates, the overall appearance and cleanliness, and just the overall vibe of the area. My second list is where I do take into consideration the overall cost to live in an area, such as, what kind of home you get for your money, while still taking into consideration the area, the proximity to amenities, and what I would personally choose based on my lifestyle. My top 3 cities I would choose to live in based purely on the area and not the overall cost would be number 1, Farmington, 2, Kaysville, and 3, Bountiful. These are great areas to live in for a number of reasons. One of my favorite things about Farmington, Kaysville, and Bountiful is the proximity to the mountains. A big hobby of mine and many other Utah residents is skiing, hiking, and mountain biking. In fact, in Utah, we are known to have the best snow on earth. Believe it or not, there are a large number of Utah residents that don't go to the mountains, which is crazy because it is one of Utah's best things about the state. If I had the ability to get on my bike and ride from my driveway to the trailhead, that would make my biking experience so much better. It would also save me so much time and hassle of, loading up my bike and driving to the mountains, finding a parking spot, etc. Right now, I have to drive almost 30 minutes to an hour to get to the trailhead, which limits my ability to get out as much as I would like to. Also, having close freeway and highway access that these 3 cities offer would be very convenient. Many people, they travel to Salt Lake City throughout the week for work, to go shopping, go out for a nice dinner with their spouse. And, having the ability to jump on the freeway quickly would save so much time, especially if you're making that commute 4 to 5 times a week. One of my favorite things about Kaysville is the hometown feel that the city has. Though, you're still close to Salt Lake City, about 20 minutes, you don't feel like you live in this city. There are many mom and pop restaurants, local grocery stores, and various small businesses that are unique to Kaysville. A fun thing about this little city are the community events the city puts on yearly, such as the 4th of July parade and fireworks, a monthly movie in the park, food truck roundups, and musical plays at the local theater. One of the biggest reasons I chose these three cities is because of how clean and well put together these three cities are. You'll find that most parks, streets, and public gathering areas are well taken care of. The city does a great job at maintaining the common areas and helping it feel crisp and clean and easy to be around. They also seem to make, regular updates to these gathering areas, making it feel more up to date and, most importantly, safe for your family to enjoy. Farmington is the most unique of these three cities because of the growth the city has experienced over the last 10 years or so. In 2011, Station Park opened in Farmington, which is an outdoor shopping center with over 70 shops and more than 20 dining options, as well as a movie theater, grocery store, interactive fountain, hotels, apartments, medical center, and business offices. These areas seem to be growing every year, whether it be, adding more restaurants or shops, event centers, schools, and high-end car dealerships or housing, which has helped it become a hot spot in the area. It's a great place to come on the weekends for a bite to eat, go shopping, or hang out with your friends for a few hours. I would say this is one of the biggest shopping eatery areas that you'll find north of Salt Lake City. In addition to Station Park area, Farmington is also home to Lagoon, Utah's largest amusement park that has been a staple in the community since 1896. Now, Lagoon isn't quite Six Flags or Disneyland, but it is actually quite fun for the family and does have big roller coasters, rides, games, and even its own water park, making it a big attraction for families during the summertime. They seem to build a new roller coaster every year or every other year, as well as, continuously updating the park to keep people coming back year after year. Definitely a spot to check out when you visit northern Utah. Now, Bountiful is located just 10 minutes outside of Salt Lake City, so its location is ideal if you're one that has to commute to the city for work, but you don't necessarily want to live in the city itself. Because of its proximity to Salt Lake, Bountiful doesn't have a huge shopping center, event centers, or a ton of restaurants, but it still offers your everyday big name essentials such as Costco, Lowe's, a few big chain restaurants, a rec center, and hospital. I see Bountiful as kind of a mix between Farmington and Kaysville with its big name stores, but you'll also sense a smaller hometown feel as well. I always feel very safe in Bountiful, and the city always seems to be very well kept and clean. Looking at some of the numbers real quick of these areas, here are some statistics on median and average homes sold in 2021, as well as the number of $1 million homes that were sold. In Bountiful, the median price was $513,000 and the average was $599,000, with 28 homes selling over $1 million. In Farmington, the median price was $626,000, with the average being $686,000, with 26 homes selling over $1 million. In Kaysville, the median price was $580,000, with the average being $649,000, with 25 homes selling over $1 million. So Farmington, Kaysville, and Bountiful do offer some of your more premier neighborhoods in Davis County area, which is why these three cities tend to be more desired to live in, but this does come at a price. So then that takes me to my next list, where I take the price of the home into consideration. If I was choosing where to live based on the area, but also the price of homes, which most of us normal people do, I would choose these three locations. Number 1, South Weber, 2, Syracuse, and 3, Layton. What's great about these three cities is that the price of the home is significantly lower as compared to my other list. You can typically get a newer, bigger home on a larger lot for a fraction of the cost. If you're local to the area, you might be surprised how South Weber made my list. Well, let me tell you why. What I love about this small town is how secluded it feels. You sort of feel like you're on this little island, yet still 15 minutes from major cities in the area. Some may see this as a drawback if you're someone that likes to have quick access to stores, restaurants, and running errands. South Weber is sandwiched between Layton and Weber Canyon, giving you access to Snow Basin Resort and Pineview Reservoir. Both are within 20-minute drive or so, which makes it much closer than most cities in Davis County. South Weber is a relatively small city. It isn't nearly as packed as you would find it in surrounding cities such as Ogden and Layton. South Weber also feels as if it's always growing with new homes and businesses, which gives it more of an up-to-date feel. Some of the drawbacks to South Weber, though, are the jets and the planes that fly overhead, the limited amount of shopping and eateries, and the amount of wind this city experiences. And like I mentioned earlier, South Weber sits at the mouth of Weber Canyon. Therefore, you get the winds out of the canyon. And when I ask residents about the winds, some say it's not an issue and they don't really notice it, while others say yes, it's there and they notice it, but it's just part of living in the area. Syracuse and most of its neighboring cities out in the western part of Davis County are unique because of all the new growth that has been happening in the last 5 to 10 years. Many new communities are going up in these areas, new sport complexes, parks, and just more overall growth. And that's one big thing I like about Syracuse, is that you get that feeling like you're in this new upcoming community, but you're able to buy property for a reasonable price and can get more overall space for your money. There's many different attractions in the area, such as Antelope Island, Glen Eagle Golf Course, and 20+ miles of walking and biking trails. So a drawback to Syracuse, in my opinion, is number 1, the mosquitoes, and number 2, the fact that you have to drive at least 15 minutes to access I-15. This sometimes can be longer depending on what time of day you're headed out. A large portion of Syracuse was covered in water almost 50 years ago, so there is this swampland nearby, thereby attracting the mosquitoes and bugs. Honestly, I would say overall that this is the biggest complaint about the city. Although as the city is being developed, new homes and businesses are being built, they are taking away that swamp and farmland, which is helping in the bug situation. So who knows, maybe in another 10 years, it won't be a problem. All right, so the third city I would consider living in, taking purchase price into consideration, would be Layton. Layton is the 9th largest city by population in the state of Utah out of 253 total cities and towns. Layton was actually listed as one of the top 50 livable cities in America, according to a 2017 article by 24/7 Wall Street. I really like Layton because you get a mix of all the pros listed about the previous cities in both my list. Layton has huge shopping mall, multiple movie theaters, tons of restaurants, recreation centers, and a quick access to freeways and highways. Layton feels very diverse, both economically and in population. The city is very well taken care of, clean, and you feel safe when out enjoying the city. You get the hometown type of feel with local restaurants and shops, as well as with community events, fairs, concerts, musicals, you name it. All right, so here are the numbers for the homes sold in 2021 in these 3 cities. In South Weber, the median home sales price was $521,000, and the average was $560,000, with one home selling over $1 million. In Syracuse, the median home sales price was $509,000, with the average being $527,000, with also only one home selling over $1 million. And in Layton, the median home sales price was $456,000, with the average being $502,000, with 12 homes selling over $1 million. So there you have it, essentially my top 6 cities north of Salt Lake that I would definitely consider settling down in. When looking for your next home, location is everything, and what that location has to offer that fits your lifestyle and your needs. Things to take into consideration are accessibility, appearance, and what amenities do the neighborhood and cities have to offer, as well as, what plans are there for future growth and sustainability. If you and your family have plans to move or sell anywhere in Salt Lake and north of Salt Lake metro areas, all you have to do to get started is reach out to us. You got to give us a call, shoot us a text, send us an email. Days, nights, weekends, the Miya Real Estate Group has got your back, but we can only help if you reach out. So until the next video, you guys, we will catch you later.